Hello lovelies. So at long last I'm putting up the next video, which is what I did with the stars that I made out of those painted papers in my last video, which I will link to in the description if you haven't seen it. So this is a very mixed media background, very mixed media layout. I absolutely loved this background, so much so that I almost didn't even use those stars that I spent all that time making. But I thought I spent too much time making it. I really wanted to, I had to use them. But anyway, I'm starting with some Distress ink. It was Seeded Preserves and Wilted Violet, I think. The first one, no, Dusty Concord, I think. I don't know. I can't read them from, anyway. This is off to a great start. I'm using the packaging technique, which everyone knows, tried and true. You would have noticed at the front, it's actually, when you get stamps, you get two sheets of acetate. One covers it and one that they're stuck to. I have those floating around everywhere, so I just use those. It works quite well for me. And I just put my ink straight on it, spritz with water, and then go to town on my background. I like using two different shades of the same colour because it gives me depth and, it's not just one colour. It gives me tone and vary in different shades. But I did really, really like that more electric purple. This is going to be for a layout of Ruby in her Halloween costume from last year. Ruby was on a big Halloween kick last year, loved Halloween, and was obsessed with being the Wicked Witch. And we had a wonderful costume for her, so I knew I wanted to really, embrace that color, that purple. So I started with an All and Create star stamp, and I've put that in 3 different areas, sticking to that rule of odd numbers, and obviously that visual triangle as well, just placing it in 3 areas where I know it's going to surround my photo. This is my photo of my little Wicked Witch. And then I had another star that I've just filled in the few places in the background. And then I have this really cool little bottle. I'm pretty sure I got it from Natalie May Scrapbooking, and I'm talking years ago. And it's a fine line bottle, and it's filled with a black ink. And it just works wonderful for splatters. So I've splattered that down. Wasn't dry first, which is why some of it did bleed. But then I did go in with my heat gun. I do like to cut out all the drying time so you don't see that. But I do like to, especially with a water reactive ink, I do heat it between adding layers or adding anything else on top if I don't want it to bleed. And then matting my photo on some white cardstock because I did want to. I always mat my photos on white because I do like them to pop from all my layers that I've got going, especially on a mixed media background. And then I have a fair few Halloween paper pads, and I went through one and just grabbed what I thought was a really nice, a complimentary pattern paper that would work quite well. Do I even use it? I don't think I do. Oh my goodness! After all that, I don't even use it. It was too light of a shade of blue. It was too light of a shade of purple, I think. But in the end, I did go with the white because my background is very busy, and these are those stars that I made. So, in my last video, I painted some book pages and made some mixed media paper. Basically, I made my own painted backgrounds out of book pages, and then I cut some star shapes out. Actually, I only used one. I still have 2 in my stash that'll be fun to use. But I cut out a bunch of stars with the intention of putting them on this layout. I almost didn't, like I said. I loved this background, how it was coming together already, but I did want to put some dimension in here and didn't just want it to all be stamping in the background. So that's why I do decide to use them. I completely cut out where I put my title on. These stickers are notorious for coming off, so they require extra glue, and I didn't want you to have to sit there and watch me glue every letter. But nice and simple, my little witch. This was a picture we took outside, and she had these awesome socks that matched her witchy vibe, so we had to tuck the dress into the top of the socks because we really wanted to see the socks. So yeah, this is my lovely little witch from last Halloween with her hat and her socks. And yeah, so I'm just gluing down these stars. I do come in and add more to my background, but this is basically what I had in mind when I started this layout, to use these stars to embellish my layout. And yeah, so I just got to town, like I said, keeping to that odd number. most of the time I do it subconsciously, but then a lot of the times I will go back and count and just check that I have used an odd number. I don't know, they just look better. I know it was a thing back in the day, and I still do it. When we add embellishments or diamantes or anything, an odd number is just more visually pleasing. So 3, 5, 7. If you've ever tried using 6 of a certain thing, I don't know about you, but it just looks weird to me. So yes, sticking with that odd number. Sometimes it slips past me and I have an even number, but yeah, right now I'm looking at this, and the fact that I have 2 on the left and 2 on the right up the top is really bugging me. So I'm hoping at some point I might put something on the other side so I've got an odd number up there. But the app I'm using to record my video, I can't really see the bottom of what I've done, so maybe that balances it out. I sure hope so, because right now that's really bugging me. But again, that's that visual triangle, that, yeah, visually, aesthetically pleasing of using odd numbers with embellishments. Like I always do, I'm coming in with some bling. On my desk in a little jar next to me, in a little container, I have black, clear, no, just black and clear, sheets of black and clear rhinestones, because I find I put them on everything. They just really add to clusters and little sprinkly bits. They just really look good. I put them in my star clusters. I've got them around my title. I just do love adding them, and I add them to everything, which is why they stay on my desk. Using my fabulous little waxy tool where the waxy end keeps falling off. But yeah, see, I'm just having a look and just seeing if I like everything and what else I might add to it. So when I put my photo down, my background was annoying me in the sense that it wasn't bleeding out enough in a few areas. So I'm just doing a bit of a touch-up. And the joy of using water-reactive ink is by using my water brush and the same ink, I can actually just add some of that ink into a few areas, and it reactivates what's already on the background, so I'm not left with streaks, or it just doesn't look weird. So I'm just fixing up my little blob just so it bleeds out from under my photo just that little bit more. Now I'm coming in with some more stars because I just really wanted to go to town on this background. I really wanted lots and lots of stars, and this was a really cute, before I started this layout, I got out a whole bunch of star stamps. So when I saw this one, I knew I wanted to use it as well. And so I'm just stamping this in a few areas here and there. And yeah, that's going to be it for my layout. So I know I rambled a lot, but I do hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I've put one up, but I do have a few coming up very soon. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.